Okay.
Welcome to Creating from the Heart, the Artistry of Living. I'm Suzy Vance, and I have here with me today Joe Markovich.
Hello, Suzy.
From JCMA.
Hello, Suzy.
Hello, Joe. So today, I'm going to find out from Joe how he ever got into what I call geekdom.
I'm not used to this.
You're not?
No, I'm usually the one that's like leading off, so I don't know what to do right now.
Well, I'm just wanting to know, when you were a kid, did you even ever imagine you'd be doing what you were doing today?
Yes.
Oh, tell me.
Yes, because...
What did you think you were going to do?
So my grandma was a librarian in Gary, and every summer she needed to bring a computer home for the summer and learn it so that...
They had computers when you were little?
Yes. And this was a big deal. And she would have to bring it home so that she could learn it and then be able to train the teachers when school was starting again. Like, okay, you're going to get this magic box in your room.
Because it was big.
Yeah, it was big, and it was, you had to have it on a cart, and you had to wheel it around because there was only so many to have. And Grandma would need to learn on it. So I would start fooling around and and look at things and like, what's this do? And what's that do? And stuff like that.
How old were you when this was happening?
So the first computer that Grandma brought home, I was 5. And she taught me how to do basic programming. Because I don't know what, but we made like very simple little programs that would like, you know, what's your name? Put your name in, hi Joe, or like things like that, you know?
Okay.
And there was some kind of graphics program that you had to like, it was like using like coordinates to move the little, I think it was like called a caret, but you move this icon on the screen to like draw a picture, but you had to do it with like doing like coordinates to be like, oh, I want to move it like diagonal to the left, but you couldn't just say that. And the mouse was not a thing yet. So you had to do it all with like keyboard commands and everything. Yeah, so I learned how to do that. And then when I was 10, my dad brought home the first computer for the family. And it was like, wow. I was up so late and didn't do my homework that night because I was so fascinated with this thing. And I think that's really when I knew, like, this is the stuff I want to do. All
right. So time passes and you graduate from high school. And what happened next?
So during the summer between high school and college, my dad had a friend that was essentially an IT professor at Purdue Cal, which is now Purdue Northwest, in Hammond. And so he would come over to our house during the summer and teach me how to program. Because I was going into computer science at Purdue, and I hated it.
Hated it?
I hated it. I detested it.
What happened to love at first sight?
Well, it was more that I was not on my right path yet of my field. So I started in computer science at Purdue, and I absolutely hated it.
Did your right path even exist then?
I think I would say I was a little rudderless.
Okay.
You know, I hated the programming aspect so much that it was like, I don't want to do this.
Oh.
So then you start to get into well, what do I want to do?
And so you went into banking?
Yeah, well, it was a job during college to pay for college. And then it's like, oh, I could see myself maybe doing this. And boy, was I wrong.
Oh, what changed your mind?
Just that it not to do any offense to any bankers, but it sucked. It's just, it
didn't feed you.
No, and it wasn't right. So.
Wasn't exciting when you got to work.
No, it was just the same old, you know?
Okay.
And plus I was sort of in my like upheaval with my major in college and what do I want to do? And so that's when I got into like the IT part of my major, where it used to be called computer technology. Now there's a whole different acronym for it. But we had a joke in college about the difference between all the computer majors. You had computer science people, that they were the programmers. You had the
God bless them.
God bless them. You had the computer engineering people, that they designed the hardware. And then you had the computer technology people that actually made it work for like...
Used it.
And was able to use it, you know, and actually like apply it to like, you know, okay, this is going to solve a problem. This is going to make life easier. This is going to, you know, do something else. So that's
Which is what your passion is.
And that's what I do. And that's what I do. But you'd find it funny to find out that as for some of the classes in college that I just completely just hated.
Yes.
And I just detested the work and all that. I use that work every day. I use it every day in my career now. And the things that I was like, oh, this programming like stinks, and I do it every day.
And that's because it feeds something else.
Yeah, it's I have this creative side that I need to nourish. And so it's where the thing is like, oh, I can write this report that looks really good and functional. And there's some creative aspects to that too. Or I can make this app that like can help somebody, you know, run their business better.
Right.
Things like that. So there's a creativity part that I get along with doing all the tech work, you know, or like the creativity in designing a solution.
Right.
You know?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
It's the same thing that I get when I'm working with people and I'm fishing around and poking at them, and then voila,
right,
the solution appears.
Yep. Same in my field too.
Yeah.
Same in mine.
It's amazing.
And I love what I do. I started really, I was 16 when I was working at the public library in Whiting, and I was teaching people how to use this new thing called the internet. And that was in 1997, I think. Yeah. And I was teaching people how to use the internet. So that's where it kind of all started, of like, you know, some practical...
And helping people.
And helping people, and
yeah,
like, and practical experience. And then now to what I do today.
And so tell us a little bit about what you do today.
So I do everything in the IT realm, from hardware, you know, software, training, lots of training. I love the training piece of it too, because you get to, when you get people all excited about a tool that can help them do something better, is one of the most fulfilling things I can get. I've been doing a lot of the Microsoft 365 training, and plus like our videos that we do together.
I was just going to say,
are so,
giving a shout out for Tuesdays with Joe and Suzy. If you ever want to know 5 to 10 minutes worth of precious information about how you can use Teams.
And just,
anyway.
And how you just like, but it's so exciting to see people be excited about like a topic that they're going in like, I have no idea what you're going to be talking about, to...
And I'm not sure I want to know.
Right. To, holy cow, this is amazing. So lots of that, lots of just like process improvement. Like I've been in, I always look to do things better, because I cannot stand the status quo. Like, this is always how we've done it. Like, that's the worst. That's one, there's even like, there's a graphic that circulates out on the internet, and it's like in the stairway of an office building, and it says like, the worst phrase you can say is, that's always how we've done it. Like, it's something like that. But I've seen it like a million times on the internet, shared and reshared and shared. And surprisingly, I do a lot of programming. I do a lot of like app and like software system development now, which I never thought I would ever touch again.
Well,
and I do it.
And the other thing that you do is you help people put together a system that if it ever, God forbid, goes down, it's retrievable.
Yes, it's all retrievable, because that's like...
And it's secure.
Yep, and it's secure.
And all those things.
It's all that thing of like, you know, you're also planning for like the worst...
Don't want to lose it.
Because you know it's going to happen. You know, the computer's going to fail. You know, the internet's going to go down. Like, equipment's going to fail. You know, it's not a matter of... if it's going to happen, it's when it's going to happen. And then also providing like tools that I can give to other people and best practices to make sure that, like, you know, your personal data is protected, your business data is protected, your systems are secured, you know. So it's a lot that I do, but I like the challenge of being like an all-around person.
And besides that, you are one major prong of JCMA, and the other is the creative side, which does the marketing, and the two go hand in hand and make it possible for companies to thrive.
Yes, that's correct. But it is a little, I'm outnumbered 5 to 1. So,
well, it's a good thing you're the powerful one.
So there's 5 creatives. Nope, that's wrong. There's 6 creatives. Haley, Sean, Renee. No, it's 5. No, 6. There's 6 creatives and one technology professional.
But the technology professional is equal to 5 creatives.
It is, because I allow them to be able to work every day.
There you go. Okay. Well, thank you very much, Joe Markovich from JCMA, for being here today.
Thank you, Suzy.
And creating from the heart, the artistry of living, Suzy Vance. See you again soon.
Can we do our high five?
Sure.
Oh, that was weak. Ah!